Creating organizations that thrive, innovate, and disrupt the status quo is challenging in any environment. And the key to any successful organization is the people on your team. Dr. Charles Montorio Archer is the author of Everybody Paddles, a leader's blueprint for creating a unified team. He's also the CEO of the Thrive Network. Welcome, Charles. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. So, the title of your book, Everybody Paddles, what's that about?
It's about teamwork, it's about camaraderie, it's about consensus. It's about understanding that regardless if you're running a community-based organization or a large company, it's about other people. It's not about the leader and the CEO, etc. It's about how do you create spaces for people to work collaboratively at the same time, in the same direction, towards the same goals.
Do you think that this is something that's not well understood?
I think it's well understood, but not well followed. I think that people understand that teamwork makes the dream work, if that's the way to say it. But I think what happens is, in the minutia of operating a business, people seem to forget that it's about everybody.
Because sometimes it can just be focused around the leader, like the queen bee in the hive.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think what happens is that every role is important. And what we do at the Thrive Network, and what I've talked to a lot of individuals about in our new hire orientation, is that the CEO's role is important. It is a contributing factor, but it's not the only contributing factor. Everybody from the receptionist to the person who deals with the maintenance issues should feel that they're a part of contributing to the whole and the success of a company.
How important is that sense of team unity, team togetherness to the success of an enterprise?
The Thrive Network could not function just with Charles. And I think if you can make it that simple to understand that it takes everybody's oar, it takes everybody's paddle, it takes everybody's contribution. And without it, and if people understood that at entry level as well as in the C-suite, then I think there will be better communication on how do we reach our missions, and how do we reach our goals, and how do we accomplish the things that we want to accomplish.
What are the key principles? Your book is built around key principles.
Yes.
What are your key principles towards building that kind of team unity?
Principle 1 is unity stabilizes the boat. Principle 2 is purpose provides propulsion. Principle 3 is the captain sets the course, the whole crew paddles. Principle 4 is communicate clearly to stay on course. Principle 5 is problem solving, course correction, and Principle 6 is every crew member matters.
I think we can all understand what those things
Absolutely.
are. So let me ask you, what happens to an enterprise that may be ticking along at 7, 8, 10 people, and that all of a sudden it just goes boom and it grows?
I think what I really tried to do with this book is create a space where theory meets practice. And I do believe that these 6 principles in practice can take that organization from an 8-person to a 20-person to 100 and beyond. But understanding that it has to be done in a collaborative kind of format. People must communicate, people must talk. You cannot run an organization or grow an organization in silos. So if you're not creating strategic plans, if you're not bringing people in to give feedback and engagement and kind of understand what's going on within your industry, you're really going to have an organization that it might grow that fast, but will it stay functional throughout the process?
And so sustainability is really the name of the game. What's the biggest mistake people make when they're growing an organization?
I think the biggest mistake is not seeing the opportunity in our differences, not seeing the opportunity in the fact that we don't all agree. And I think what happens at organizations, people agree with the executive director or the CEO because they're in that position, when in so many ways they do have the better ideas, they do have the innovation that we need, they do understand things in a different way than the leaders might understand. So the biggest mistake is not understanding that those differences are what makes us better fit to work together.
And it's those differences that can give us strength.
Absolutely.
Dr.
Absolutely.
Charles Montorio, author, thanks so much for being with us. And thank you for watching Arise America. In New York, I'm Sheila McVicker.